Hello, it's T with Teaquilts, and today is January 14th, 2026, and it is 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, and we're here for live chat. So let me see who is in the chat today. Make it so I can read them first. All right. All right. Sue's back. Hey, Sue. She says it's 181 days until the absolute best retreat ever. She's deer hunting and can't watch. Thank you, Sue. Deborah Quilts is here. Says, hope you're feeling better. This is probably one of the best days that I've had. I'm still stuffy nose. I'm still hacking up stuff. So, yeah, it's still, issues, but it's better. Dee Branson is here. Zandra Odom. Brenda Foley. Hey, Brenda. Thank you. I think I remember thanking you for my postcard. I appreciate that. Thank you. I wasn't sure if you were in that chat. Wanda Jamerson is here. Benita Nance, Claudette Hall, Deborah Holloway, and Vivian Calvi. Darcy Savali is here reminding you all to hit the thumbs up button. And also to subscribe if you're not subscribed, and make sure you hit the bell so you receive notifications when I am live. I'm also live on Saturdays, 8 to 10 p.m. Central Standard Time, where I do live sewing chats. And then you can also join us over on the Facebook page, Teaquilts LLC. Make sure that you answer those 4 questions so that you can gain admissions. I do that so that I can try to keep out spammers. Judy Smith is here. Suzette Peterkin Denton. Remo J.S. Margot. Hello. Sheila Willis. Phyllis G. Hey, girl. Quilting Cynthia. Francis Jackson. Ken. Welcome. Clovis Gardner. Tracy Middlebrook. June Hanson. Sharon Lewis. Thank you also, Sharon. Ray Mahone is here. Nina is here. C-Joy Creations. Judy, I already said her. Michelle the Quilter. Let's see. I got my fan on low. That's not going to work. Let's see. Trying to make sure I get everybody. Anita Baker as well. Welcome. It was on low. That'll never work. So yeah, as you all can hear, I'm still not the best, but I feel better today than I felt in the past month. So as far as the amount of congestion that's coming out, so I do feel better. I'm trying not to get on additional medications, and so with me feeling better today. I feel really good today. Yesterday I was better. The day before, yesterday I was slightly better, a little bit better than that. So today I woke up and it wasn't as bad. I still sometimes have problems sleeping at night. Plus, I haven't had sleep, so I get tired fast. So I get up and I do something, and then I have to go take a break because I'm tired. So, but I feel much better than I had in the past week, that's for sure. I have coming in here is Deborah Sims Brown and also Kim Kelly. If you're watching this, I do not have your addresses. You need to send me your mailing addresses. I've mailed out all the other people that won prizes from Scrap Quilting Club via Zoom. Hey, Joe Carmel, welcome. Okay, Brenda, thank you. She said I did get her. Maria, welcome to the chat as well. So I'm better. Voice is still in and out. It gets better at some points. Then the more I talk, then it goes back out because I just have my husband here and the dog. So I don't have to talk too much during the day. You can send it to Teaquilts at teaquilts.com. I just went into my PayPal shipping and it wasn't in there. So, and I probably won't mail again till Friday or Saturday maybe. I'm trying to, because I'm not going there every day because I just be tired. I got some other stuff I got to mail out, so it'll take me a day to get them all prepped up. And then probably the next day I drop them off. So, okay. What else? Oh, I did work a little bit on my strip and dip, the GE Designs pattern. I started sewing some of these together. I just haven't been, I did not sew a lot this past week. But it's really pretty. I got 3 rows of this sewed together. You can't see a whole lot of it here. But I will have to say, I've done a lot of GE designs, and even in her instructions, she tells you, you don't have to be, this doesn't have to be perfect. Well, I want my stuff to be perfect. And they're not lining up exact, and that was because when I was getting the width of my blocks, if I had cut the exact width that she told me, I would have, when I say not lining up, because I know a lot of you all bought this pattern. So let me show you what I mean. And I'm trying to find one that it's really obvious because, yeah, I think this one you can maybe see. Yeah. I'm hoping that you can see right here, look in this area, that when they're in line, they're not exactly straight in line. And I'm trying to make sure that I'm holding this as straight as I can because I don't know what you're seeing. I want my stuff to be point to point, but there were times that if I would have cut the width that she told me to cut, I would have cut off the point of the diamond. Like, let me show you what I mean. Like this point of the diamond, I would have cut out. And so there were times that I left like an extra 1/8 of an inch. And I should not have done that. I should have just cut the points off. I guess I would be able to accept. I don't know if I would have been able to accept it pointless. But anyway, my point is that with not having those side triangles cut to size that they should be at the correct angle, it left a lot of wiggle room for squaring up. And all she was really concerned about in the squaring up was that you were point to point on the line when you cut your long piece, and then you turn it, and when you cut the length, and then you turn it and then cut the width. So I'm not 100% happy with it, but it'll do. Most people are not going to look at it like that, especially when it's quilted up. But I've done so many of her other designs that have been point on. I was just really shocked that this one wasn't like that. So who else did this? I want to say it was it Kim did that too? I want to say it was another Teaquilter that did it. As when I was doing it, I didn't know she was doing it. She just showed it as a show and tell. And I was like, I'm doing that. And so, and she said that it was very complicated for her. So it's tedious, y'all. The instructions are written very simple, but when you actually get to ruler and stuff, and if you're a person that likes stuff to be as precise as you can get it, then it's, a little bit, So yeah. Thank you, Francis, says she loves my color choices. And also Anita and Judy and Joe Cormel. Hey, Celeste, welcome, welcome. So yeah, just tedious, and I work on it a little bit, and I got some of it done today, and then I just got tired, and then I just put it up. And the other thing that I worked on was that I had sewed 40 half square triangles before, and I got those 40 squared up. So they're squared up. That's just some of them. I'm just putting this back here so stuff doesn't fall. And then I need to make 32 more. So that's the next thing that I need to sew is, well, I need to finish that too, but I need 32 half square triangles. I would like to get those sewed so that I can get them squared up, because that's the most tedious part. Now I'm finding it's so weird that I don't have as much stress squaring up these large half square triangles as when I'm trying to square up like a 2-inch finished half square triangle, okay? So I find it's not as stressful. Okay, Deborah. So, I did that. I went to the post office and they had a package that was sent on the 29th. And it was so funny because I've been, either me or my husband has been there within the past week. But then they were acting like they had a return thing on it. And this came from Monty Pep. So I was just going to open it up and see what this was. I won't say her name because she has Monty Pep on YouTube. Oh, that's cute. Okay. So it's fabric. Okay, it's a fabric warehouse and says that this is high fashion fabrics. And this 1 5/8 yard. And I could have sworn I've seen something similar to this. But I like it. It's great for bindings and stuff, or borders, since it's more than I normally only buy 1 yard when I buy a stripe. So maybe this might be interesting as a border, or if I have another row quilt or a column quilt, then this would be really cute in that. I'm trying to make sure you all can see it all. But on the tag here, it says that it was price is $5 per yard. So I don't know where this fabric warehouse is. High Fashion Fabrics Incorporated. I know there's High Fashion Fabrics with Bernina Jeff, but I don't know if that's him or not. But that's pretty. Another piece of fabric here. Floral. I'm trying to see what's in the middle. If it's like, okay, that's a star flower. And then this one almost looked like it's a dragon. Oh, it's a butterfly. Okay. Okay, here we go. Up here is a butterfly. I thought it was a dragonfly, and it's in here bigger elsewhere right here. I was just looking in the wrong space. I thought because I was looking close at the top and the wings were going over the top. But that's really pretty too. And this is a Joann's fabric. Joann's fabric. That's really pretty. Who is it by? Oh, it's just Joann's. When it says Joann's, then it was made for Joann's. And this one is really pretty. Dark black background with all these multiple color cats. Let you all see that. Just gorgeous. Kind of look like Kitty Boy outside because he's trying to boss me around. And let's see what's on it. I hadn't seen this print. I don't really look for cat stuff, but I do normally see Brights in its Timeless Treasures. Yeah, because I normally see Bright stuff, but I don't remember seeing this. So this is really pretty. Very, very pretty. So thank you, Monty Pep. What a nice surprise. I really thought it was going to be a Quillo. I said, ooh, y'all know how to pack stuff in, but that's really nice. Thank you so much for that. Didn't have to do that. And then the other bag that I'm opening here is had somebody didn't want theirs opened on the channel, so I already opened that. And so then this one here is from MK Quilts, which is, I'm assuming, is a store in Palm Harbor, Florida, but it's from Bonita Nance. I'm gonna read that later. I just happened to see. Oh my goodness. This girl, she is resourceful if she ain't nothing else here. I can tell y'all one thing, boy. I know one person who listens to what Teaquilts says, okay? And that's Bonita. Every time I get something from her, I have to laugh because it's something that I've mentioned on my channel. And sometimes it could have been recent. Other times it could have been back in May when I myself have forgotten that I said that. And then she comes up with it, okay? It's like I forgot I even said that. And she has it. But this is 108 wide back fossil fern in carbon black, which is, I ordered black. And for this project, I wanted black, and it's brown. And that's how she's heard me say that twice, because I said that when I first started on it last April, whenever this thing started. And I said it again in December at some point when I started back working on it. So she has gone and found the actual black, which I did not have any, and especially didn't have enough. So she's got 2 yards of the 108. And it's so funny because it is black background, but it reads more gray. Do you see that? It's like, I guess it's carbon black, okay? So yeah. But it was just so weird that I ordered, and on my paperwork when I ordered the fossil fern, it said it was black, but I received brown. So thank you, Bonita. That's really nice of you. You didn't have to do that, so I really appreciate that. Really nice. And it actually feels like the regular fossil fern, which fossil fern is kind of thin like cave. Facet for some reason, but that's how it feels. But it still feels the same. Sometimes when I get 108s in prints that come in 45, they feel different, and I don't like it when it feels different. But at least the 2 fabrics feel the same. So I would most definitely put this with my fossil fern stash the next time I want to do something and use black or something in that's close to black. Because I don't think they make black. But this one is carbon black. which is a whole lot of gray tints to it. So thank you, thank you. That was really nice and a surprise. So, and that was it from the post office. See, Darcy says, look like charcoal, right? And I guess that's where the carbon comes in. And I'm wondering, because it's been, I wouldn't have bought black back in the day because I love a lot of color. And I probably would have just used Kona solid black, and I wouldn't have probably spent my money on black, knowing me at that time, because my funds were limited. So I probably didn't buy black. So I don't even know if true black exists in fossil fern. But I like that it's a neutral that I can use if I ever want to do something with color and have something black or resembling black as my background. So let's see. The the statement. T, I have a suggestion. Since you make your own t-shirts, you should make one with the words backwards, and then we'll be able to read it on the lives, laughing out loud. That probably would be a good idea. But I only make t-shirts like when I'm making them in at times. And if I make that, I probably would only make one shirt, and that'll be the only shirt y'all will see. Because I wouldn't make a whole lot of shirts because I can't do anything else with it. And then I'll be trying to keep up with it. So it'll be one of those shirts I put on and then take off when I come up out of here. Okay. So I don't have to keep washing it all the time. And Bonita says, I wasn't sure what to get you for Christmas until I heard about the blackest fossil fern. Right. Because I haven't really been saying a whole lot about wanting anything. I'm in a different mind space this past year, and I'm trying to get out of it. Hence trying to work on more projects and get things done. Trying to schedule it in, and then what happens when I do that? I'm sick and in bed. But I've been, like I told you all, I had even resorted to, I was so sick of being in bed that I resorted to cutting in bed. So I was able to at least get some cutting done. I haven't sewed as much as I need to sew. But I have sewed a lot for this year already, considering all that I have sewed. But if I wasn't sick, it would have been ridiculous, all the things that I could have done. And I'm also having like an ear issue over here where I have to pop this ear every now and then. It's just from the constant blowing. So, yeah. They're reminding you to hit the thumbs up button in the chat. Please make sure that you hit the thumbs up button, please. I would really, really appreciate it. And there is some new thing you can do. I can't do it, so I don't see it. But somebody has told me that there is another thing that you can do, like boost somebody's video. If you could hit those too, that would be nice. I can't see it on mine because I can't do it to my own video, so I don't know what it's called. And I mostly watch YouTube off my television, so I don't have it. I don't see it on the television at all. So I think it's like hype or something, like hype the video. Okay, I don't know why I'm not getting all the chat messages, even though I just told it to. It's not coming up. I'm not getting any chat messages. It's just sitting here. Y'all think I be kidding. I have no chat messages. See that? Just blank. It just does crazy stuff over here. And y'all think I can't work YouTube. I know how to work YouTube. YouTube just don't want me to be great. It just does not want me to be great. All right. But yeah, I probably do need to make a backwards t-shirt though. But I would probably only make one. Hold on, let me go back and see where I left off. People were talking about the fabric. Minnie Dula came in. Welcome, welcome. Michelle says the quilt top is pretty. I think I read those. I wasn't sure what. Oh, okay, I read that. Hi, Leetta Bryan. I can't remember if I said hello to you. Welcome to the chat, lady. We missed you in December at Scrap Club. Lana Dean is here. And Judy says, that's my creative mind at work. Right. I understand because it's irritating. I don't like it. Hi, Sylvia Dickens. Welcome to the chat. Yes. So, what time is it? We got like a half hour. I don't have anything in the chat. And I'm sitting in this chair, so I may as well go ahead and sew on some of these. I got 15, and this is number 16. I've got this one also because I was chain piecing when I was working on that, when I was sewing the rows together. So I need 32 more, so I've got 30 more to make. But they all need to be cut, pressed, and squared up, so it's no big deal on that. Oh, Benita says she thinks that the hype is on the replay. So when you go to watch a video, you can hype the video. Okay. Thank you, Benita. Yon Wife says hello from the Shetland Islands. Hello and welcome to the chat. And Valerie Cruz says, it has been a while, but I think she says, I lost my husband a year ago, so getting back into stuff. So sorry about that, Valerie. Praying that you're doing well. And welcome back to quilting in general. And for those that are just coming in, I have been sick with sinus infection for over a month, and I am still talking nasally, so please pardon me. I'm sick of it myself. I try to take medications when it's time for me to go to bed, if I only have to take it once a day. But I went ahead and took the Flonase maybe 10 minutes before I came in here, so it hasn't kicked in yet, for the 24-hour period. But I'm hoping that it'll clear up a little bit. Everything, I have such low tolerance for medications that they tend to make me sleepy, so I try to take them around bedtime, although I can't sleep anyway because I get congested, okay, and can't breathe. And I don't sleep with my mouth open. So I get all stuffy, can't breathe, and I'm waking up every 30 minutes or so. If I can get back to sleep, most times I can't. I was up this morning. It was after 6 o'clock because I remember I had a TV in a different room on that I was too lazy to, this TV, that I was too lazy to get up and turn off. And I was like, I heard Jennifer Hudson's music go off. I don't even watch the show, but I heard the music and I go, oh, really? So I've been up all night again. So I'm tired from that. I don't need much sleep, but I need some sleep. And I'm barely getting any. I don't get a deep REM sleep right now. Somebody says that they love the show Shetland, but it's hard to follow the accent sometimes. Thank you, Darcy, for giving condolences to Valerie. That's nice. Hi, Kim. And Liz Wilson is in here. She says, do you have a humidifier? You know, I had a humidifier. I don't even know where I put it now. And I probably even still got new filters and stuff, because I would buy filters by the case so I wouldn't have to, because I used to use it all the time. And and this was when I was working. And that way I wouldn't have to worry about, not having a clean filter. I probably still got filters. I need to figure out what I did with the humidifier. I'm gonna look by my long arm. It's weird how you can walk around stuff and forget that it's there. I know it's not in my bedroom where it used to be. But I'm wondering if I had taken it into my long arm room because of the batting. Because I have not been sick like this since I was working, and that's been 2015. I've had issues with sinus, but not this. This bad. This is terrible. And I tried today to put my bobbin sensor back on to see if it will work. It let me sew one piece of fabric, and then it was every 3 seconds it was stopping. So I cut it back off again. So I was air sewing today. So I cleaned it all up. Made, the sensor down in there. They tell you to clean that. I can't get it no cleaner than all the cleaning that I've been doing to it, and it still doesn't work. So, yeah. So, yeah, I do not like air sewing. Especially when you're dealing with big pieces. I was sewing those blocks together, and I had laid them out, but I didn't mark the blocks. I didn't number them. I just numbered the first, the rows. That's all I put a number on. I didn't put a number on the blocks. I'm like, it's only got 4 pieces in a row, Yeah, I messed that up real good. And then I even sewed the wrong end when I went back and resewed the stack, which lets me know that I probably resewed it all crazy, but I don't really care. I'm moving on to the next step. I took apart because I sewed the end. There's a odd row where you have a half block at the beginning and the end, and I had sewed the half block in the middle, so I had to take that out. Other than that, I wasn't taking anything out. Young wife says she's still working on 4-star general. That's like a 4-letter cuss word to me. I did one where I did it regular size, and then I also did 9 blocks where I was showing people how to make them in different sizes. So I have 2 of those. I have quilted about 3 of those quilts for other people. And do you know I have not quilted mine because I do not even want to look at that thing. They're both very pretty. I love them. But that 4-star general was a beast. I just had no idea that people could make 4-inch half square triangles, but they couldn't make them in 2-inch or 1-inch half square triangles. So it was just shocking. And then trying to teach that, and then all the people that were giving me their stress of working with these little bitty blocks, they were 6 inches. I have made finished blocks 4.5 because I've done Dear Jane. I've done the entire Dear Jane. So I don't consider a 6-inch block small for me. So I never had so many emails and so many people frustrated. And it was because they were used to, making 4-inch half square triangles, but not necessarily making them 1-inch finished half square triangles. Some people couldn't understand the instructions. And I have to say those instructions could have been written a little better. They could have. And I was also trying to give out tips and things like that as we were going along. And I realized that something was different, or if there was a better way to cut something, because she had you doing everything oversized and then squaring it up. And I'm like, we making 4 of these blocks a month. I don't have time to be squaring all this stuff up. So I had even redone cut sizes. I was using my die cutting system. So that 4-star general was a beast for a lot of people. And I just won't even look at mine. I'm like, I quit all kinds of other stuff, but I haven't quilted that. Oh, that's too funny. Hey, Janice. Welcome to the chat. Liz says, I believe it would help you with congestion. The weather doesn't help. See if you can find it. Okay, I will, because I had forgot all about that thing. And like I said, I probably can go on the shelf, on the storage shelf. It's in a box. I probably already got the filters there. So it's gonna be no big deal. It's no trouble. It's somewhere in my long arm room. It could be under my long arm table, but I think it's in there. So I just need to go find it. And Valerie says, you guys are great. Appreciate. Good old Vicks. Yeah, I put Vicks on too. I don't want to sit here in a live like this. Because if I can put it on my neck, but it doesn't really reach my nose. If I put it right here under my nose or on my nose, it burns. That skin is too sensitive for me. So I have to put it on my chest, and then I'm laying in bed like this for like 30, 40 minutes at a time, seconds at a time, so that I can get it. So yeah, I can't do that here. So I didn't even put it on because I'd be sitting up here trying to get the Vicks. So I didn't put it on when I came in here. I'm like, don't do it, because you'll be all in your shirt. Yeah, I have been using Vicks too. And Vicks, like I told people Saturday, I was shocked at the things that Vicks do. I haven't read Vicks packaging probably since I was a child, if I ever read it, because it's just one of those things that you kind of grow up. If you got them type of parents, you kind of grow up with all this stuff. And I just been putting it on. But then I was sitting there and I'm like, because I ain't got nothing else to do for a long period of time. It took me this long to read the container, okay? And I saw that it helps with cough. And that's what starts the whole series of gagging and all of this other kind of stuff. So I realized that I'm using Vicks now to get rid of the cough. I don't even take cough medicine anymore. I just take every once in a while I'll do a cough drop. But Vicks has been handling my cough. So it was doing more than I thought it was doing. It's a number of things that it does, but I had no clue. I'm just thinking it's just for congested chest. stuffy nose so you can breathe. That's basically all I thought it did, but it does a whole lot more. So I have been using Vicks numerous times throughout the day. I just did not put it on to come in here. And I changed clothes to come in here, so I have no Vicks on me. So that's 8. I got 8 more half square triangle sets to do. So I'll get these done, then I'll press and square these up. This will be one more step towards a bigger project. I do, you know, I don't get certain projects completed because I don't understand how come I can't make small quilts. I took this pattern and enlarged it, and now I'm ready to put a piece border on it too. Can't just put, you know, a basic border. I want to put a 1-inch finished border, you know, strips. I got this little design thing I want to do. And it's like, ma'am, what is wrong with you? And it's like in your, you know, when you're doing something and all of a sudden a border idea pops in, it's like, then you want what you want. So now I'm up here like, should I just put a plain border on here and call it a day? So that's where I'm at. Save that border for something else in the future, because it's going to be a lot of work. Take this one off because it's done. But I say, you know, especially with me teaching that or doing lectures and things, it's like we need to make stuff smaller, you know, just so you can show a technique. You don't necessarily have to like make it big or bed size. And then it's like, I can't use all these wall hanging type sizes, or I want to put this on my bed and then I get it done and I won't put it on the bed. It's just nuts. It's like, that's too cute. Yeah. I'm a mess. And I have done the steam. I've done that in the tub as well. It does help. The steam, hot water does work. And then like me getting in, I get in the bathtub, I have the water hot. And that helps too with the room, with the door being closed. I'm not in boiling water, but I have done steam as well. But like I said, that Vicks has been doing, it's a miracle worker. You just can't go anywhere if you're going to put it on. Because, you know, it smells awful. But it doesn't smell awful, but you know you got it on. I've smelled a whole lot worse. And don't want to get started on that one. I've had my worst smell ever. Hi, Mona did what? Welcome, welcome. Yeah, and that was from Deborah Holloway. Phyllis says, I have put Vicks on my legs to keep mosquitoes away. I didn't know that. Did not know that. See, there's so many things people are doing with it. Renee, we missed you on Sunday. And you know what? I recorded. It told me I was recording, but do you know we don't have a recording for Sundays? Scrap Club via Zoom. It did not save it for some reason, so I got to figure that out. All last year it saved it automatically. It did not save it. I don't know what's up with that. Oh, that's cool. Valerie said once she gets in her sewing room, when it's calling her, she doesn't come out. So that's cool. That's what you're supposed to do. Okay. Uh-oh. I hope this don't go off my fabric. This one I did not pin right. It's right on the edge, but guess what? I already knew, because I wasn't going to cut these 10-inch squares down and then have to still square them up later. They're too big. But I didn't cut my whites at 10 inches. I cut my white at 9 1/4. And I just said I'll square up from there. So I got plenty of room. Long as it don't go off that fabric too much. But yeah, squaring up is my worst job. But it wasn't too bad on the last 40 that I did. So I'm like, okay, then that's what I can do today is I can sew these and then I can sit down when I'm bored. I can square these up. Okay, the last one of the 8, and then we got to do the other side. These are the biggest. Well, I don't know if they're the biggest I've ever made, but these are some big half square triangles. I don't know about them being the biggest because I have used half square triangles to set sampler blocks. It's just big. But like I said, I thought I was going to hate squaring them up. I actually enjoyed squaring them up. It's the little bitty ones I don't like squaring up. Which is weird. Again, I told you I'm weird. All right. We got that one up there. I think these 8 all go together here. I just try to keep them in sets of 8 so I can, for counting purposes, so I can know how much I got left to do. Making these, I put a dent into some of my fabrics. I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 projects that I've started using the cave. I'm doing a year of cave. Excuse me. I'm doing a year of cave. So I have 5 projects started, and I've used 2 layer cakes. And then I had, for some reason, I had like 6 or 7 inch squares. I don't know where those come from. And then I've been using scraps. So I finally have used all the layer cakes. And then I was short because these are so big. I didn't want to use repeat in my half square triangles when I got to the end. of this project because I had a whole lot of smaller pieces. I think I cut 6 new pieces of fabric that I hadn't used at all. And that's it. I've only cut 6 pieces of fabric. The rest of it has been scraps. Charm packs, things like that. 4.5-inch squares that I've cut from charm packs that I recut. So it's like I cut the first quilt for the project out of my scraps and nothing changed. It didn't even look like I cut like 150 something squares, and it didn't even look like I had taken anything out of the scraps when I put them back up. Matter of fact, it looked like they multiplied. So I ended up saying, okay, I'm going to make another quilt using these. Since I already had them out, I had a lot of them pressed. And I'm just now seeing a dent in them. And then Kevin went and gave me some. And then I bought a few myself because they was on sale at the quilt shop in December. So yeah, now I bought even more. But I'm trying to get rid of many other small pieces as I can. Like I said, I was 8. I have another layer cake and then like half of a layer cake because I had a duplicate of a layer cake that I just bought. What month was that I got the Janome? Like October? Remember that lady that I bought all those layer cakes? I bought all those layer cakes from I think it was $18 each. Yeah, I ended up getting those for door prizes. I had some I gave out Sunday. I had some I gave out at Scrap Club in person. And I also bought them for retreat. So yeah, I bought so many of them things. So I had 2 that were duplicates. So I used one of the cave because when I bought that was when I went back for like my 3rd time or something. Because I'm stupid like that. It's just dumb. I cannot laugh. I can't laugh because then it makes me want to cough. Yeah, it was a mess. I don't want to be blowing my nose. Whew. But yeah, I went to that lady's house the first time. I bought a lot of that stuff. Went back the second time with Betsy. And I got the cheaper Janome. I'm not going to say cheap Janome, but just a lower level Janome. And I bought it for somebody to sew on at retreat. And it worked. I thought the price on that was great. Then I went to, I don't have enough sense to not go back. So then Celeste wanted to go. So, I couldn't let her just go by herself. So I had to go with her. And that's when I bought the other Janome, the 9850, I think that number is. I can't even remember the number on the other Janome because I had it only a week and then went back the next week and bought another one. So I can't even remember the number of the Janome, the first one that I bought from her. I did sew on it to make sure it sewed and stuff, but other than that, I don't even have a clue. I spent so much money with that lady, it was ridiculous. I've spent more money with her than I've spent in any fabric, only one fabric shop. When I was in Chicago, I spent a lot of money, but in person in the shop, she got number 2 for. And I've been to all kind of quilt shows and everything. I spent so much money with that lady, it was ridiculous. Totally ridiculous. But I couldn't believe she had layer cake, because I don't even buy that type of stuff anymore unless it's a good price, because I'm going to recut it anyway, so it's not really saving me. It's just giving me the different fabric pieces, but I got so many different fabric collections that it doesn't really matter. But at $18, I was like, $18? Don't laugh. It was terrible. I'm trying to make sure this is my last one here. Let me get this sold. Yeah, but I probably ended up purchasing. And then I also had a lady, because I had already ordered from Quilt in a Day. I had ordered like, I don't know, 30 of them from Quilt in a Day, because I thought I might use them for door prizes. And I go, well, I don't need one. If I don't get enough, then Kevin don't need one. You know, I start taking from the committee, right? And so, and then went to her house like 2 or 3 days after I had placed the Hancock's up Paducah order. I probably had, because I've given a lot of them away. I probably had 50 to 60 layer cakes, charm packs, or jelly rolls. Okay. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. Absolutely. All right, these are ready to be cut. I got my cutting board at my big board because I was already there cutting, so that's going to be done. Let's see if anybody else is saying anything. Oh, Janice talking about when she was putting on the Vicks and go out in public. Yep. And so if she trying to figure out who had it on, it was her. These are not for Fabulous. I need to do a separate date for Fabulous. I just haven't even looked at my schedule to figure that out. It was like once I realized that I should just stay with the Fabulous group, that's what I ended up doing. Kim says it's never done to get fabric less than half off. I was only sorry I didn't go back. See, I could have went 4 times. I could have gone with Kim. But yeah. And I don't know. I guess that was my 3rd time there with Celeste. She ended up just giving us free stuff. And we trying to pay her, but she was like, no, you know, Teajuana, you purchased so much. Well, I'm buying this sewing machine. I can't remember what I paid for that sewing machine, but I want to say, I don't know, $900. I can't remember what I paid for that sewing machine, but she threw in so much extra stuff, and she has a couple of extra pieces that didn't come with it. And she ended up giving me some K fabric by the yard. She gave me some of these big clips. I just opened them up today. A whole big bag, like at least 50 or more, because these are big. And it's in a good sized bag, like that. She gave me clips. She gave me a bundle of Tula pink fabric that had like 12 fat quarters in that Tula, the one that has the little birds. And she had that in every color of that bird fabric. And I was saying, I didn't even know it come in this many colors, because I have some of it. And she go, oh, you can have that too. Then because I don't spend so much money, she's starting to feel guilty. And then she was asking, I said, I saw something with AccuQuilt. And I said, do you die cut too? She said, yeah. I said, you selling that? She said, no, she's keeping her AccuQuilt stuff. She said, but I sold my Studio and I got some dies from Studio. You want those? And I'm like, sure. And she ended up having the Cleopatra on the studio die. So I'm going to end up probably giving my Cleopatra away on my Go system because I prefer to cut on my studio die. So at some point I might be doing some kits for Cleopatra because nobody wants to cut it. So yeah. Celeste said she had good deals. And Valerie says she has a 9850. Yes. The only thing I can't even remember now because it's been too long since I've used it and it's not my daily machine. I have to remember how to get into quilting mode. I don't think I wrote that down because I'm like, oh, I had, you know, how you use something for like a couple of weeks and you go, okay, I got it now. Well, I thought I was going to be using it at Scrap Club in November. I didn't use it. I didn't use it in December. Now here comes January. I do have one more opportunity. And then February is when I really need it because I'm going to be on a quilt retreat. So I need to figure out, you know, it's not just cut the machine on and it's at your 1/4 inch seam like all of my other machines. So, and Liz says you are a businesswoman. Yeah, when I see stuff like that, it's like, I buy door prizes. It's not that I necessarily make my door prizes be $18, but I'm like, okay, if I do that, then I'm just not going to give out as much stuff that I normally give out because I'm always shopping, trying to figure out what can I get $5 or less, and then if I'm buying 30 or 40 of them, can you give me a discount on top of that? But with her, I didn't even have the heart to say, if I buy X number of these, can I get them at $15? I wasn't going to do her like that because, again, they were already more than half off. And I wouldn't do that to an individual. I would do that to a business because I spend a lot of money in these businesses. I also promote things when I show it to you all on my channel. But if it's a channel and I know that I buy a lot from, I have no qualms about when they finally give me what their deal is. I'll ask them, if I buy X number of these, can you do something more? You know, because you never know what you can get if you don't ask. So I always ask. If they tell me no, I still decide if I'm going to buy it or not. Most times I do because I wasn't even inquiring because it's already at the price point. I try to do $5 or less when I'm buying things, and then some things do go over, but my average is like $5 or less per gift. So when I had got to the 18, I'm like, okay, we just won't do as many gift items. And I'm okay with that because it's a nice gift that you're getting. Valerie says, yep, different machines. You have to think to how to get them in gear right. Cleopatra is my favorite block on board to sew. That's from Nina. Yes, I actually enjoyed it. It is some curves, but it's not as drastic as like a drunkard's path. So I didn't have any issues with sewing those Cleopatra blocks together. But people were asking me for kits when I was making mine. I'm like, it was enough. But with the studio, you know, I can cut 10 layers instead of 6 at a time. So that makes a big difference too. So I'm going to go ahead and get off of here, guys. Thank you all so much for coming here. I will be back on Saturday night, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time for 2-hour live sewing chat. Even though I kind of did that today for my hour. Just because. But I'm going to go prop my little self back in bed. I don't know if I want to eat or if I want to go get Vicks. I probably do Vicks first. And then go eat. But I appreciate all of you all being here. And you're motivating me to get some stuff sewed because I sold the previous week sick, 15 minutes. It's amazing what you can do in 15 minutes before I was getting exhausted. But I haven't been in here because the stuff is coming out and it's wearing me out as it's coming out, So I haven't even been in here within the past week as much. So T, is there a pattern for Cleopatra? There was a free pattern online. Just say search for free Cleopatra fan. When we did that, I gave the links out repetitively. It was one of the fabric manufacturer companies that had one out and had the templates. But other than that, I don't know if anybody else has a free Cleopatra fan, but it was with one of the fabric manufacturing companies, and it's just been so long. So just Google a free Cleopatra fan pattern. All right, and I'm gonna go look. She said, don't forget the humidifier. All right, I see you all then. You all stay blessed, be safe, everyone, and quilt out.